If any one of us goes into a dark room and there's power and there's a light switch, if you go on and you flick the light switch, you don't need to call the angels to fight darkness. The light goes on and instantly darkness is gone. There's no battle between light and darkness, because light is much greater than darkness. So if you go into science and you ask them what the definition of darkness is, they would tell you it's the absence of light. It's not an actual thing that has power. It is a thing, but it's not a thing that has power. It is just the absence of something. So darkness is the absence of Jesus. It's the absence of light in the spiritual sense. So in the same way, when light comes in and he now says, we are the light of the world, a city that is set on a hill, if you go in, darkness has to go out. But if you constantly are focused on fighting darkness, you'll never switch the light on. If you're constantly trying to fight sin, the light is never going to go on. What's happened to sin at Calvary, you'll deal with it in a whole different way. If you understand how Jesus dealt with carnality, you'll deal with it in a totally different way. See, every time that you try and fight carnality, you're going back to the cross. You take what is on him off and you put it on you, and guess what? You can't do what he did. The new creation is Jesus takes a carnal person. He doesn't fix carnality up, he kills it. So he kills you with him, and he raises you up with him, and that's how he kills carnality. So every time you try and deal with carnality, guess what? You smell like a dead man. So the price was already paid, but the moment that you receive Christ, when you become born again, for lack of better words, when you become born again, the moment that that happens, the sin that's on you goes to the cross. That's why you are transferred from unrighteousness to righteousness. That's why you are transferred from darkness to light. Because through faith in what he's accomplished at Calvary, you transferred from one kingdom to the other. See, the born-again experience when Nicodemus asked Jesus in John 3, the question there was the kingdom. How do I get into the kingdom? And Jesus' answer was, you need to be born again. So what is the kingdom? Getting out of the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of light. So what is the transfer? The born-again experience. What is the born-again experience? I receive the blood of Christ. But see, what happens is not that the church has never taught the born-again experience. The problem is that we've taught it, but then we teach people how to deal with sin instead of telling them that they need to leave it at Calvary. So we end up fighting something that we could never fight, because if you could get rid of sin without it being at the cross, then why did you need Jesus?